So I'm going to talk about time management, obviously. And I know it's a subject that's been talked about to death, and there are hundreds of effective strategies out there if you want to take the time to look. But I want to share the 6 that have been the most meaningful to me, because and I'm hoping they strike a chord with some of you, because if they're not meaningful, they get forgotten, right? So taking ownership. Now this is more of a concept than a strategy, but at any given moment, we are doing the thing that we most, or at least the most motivated to be doing. And it might sound like I'm feeding you a line, but if you think about it, there's a reason you chose to get up and come to work today. You know, any social obligations or kids' soccer games or whatever, you're there because that's the thing that you most want to be doing at that time. So understanding that will empower us to choose how we spend our time, and to it takes away our ability to shift blame and say, you know, I didn't have time to do this because my dog ate my homework or whatever, right? So it also empowers us to say no when it's appropriate. Some people, the one was just telling me, she tends to take on too much, and so sometimes we just need that reminder. There is I guess blogger, YouTuber I follow says, if it's not a heck yeah, it's a no. If you're not like really wanting to be doing that thing, or not really motivated about it, if you're like, you know, so-and-so is going out and they invited me and I'm just not that excited about it, say no. The 5-minute rule. Now, so the hardest part of any task really is just to get started. So if you've been procrastinating and putting off a specific task, the best thing you can do is set aside 5 minutes and just say, I'm going to take this 5 minutes and I'm going to get started. And do as much as you can in that 5 minutes, then set it aside. And you'll find that a lot of times you can do more than that 5 minutes. It was just taking that of getting started that was the biggest barrier. Now, the daily highlights. So at the end of the day, you should kind of review your task list and think about what you really want to be doing the next day. Like, what is your biggest priority the next day that you need to accomplish? So plan to accomplish that task before doing anything else. And block the time needed to accomplish that task in your calendar. Parkinson's law is a rule that states that work will expand to fill the time that we allot to it. So, you know, if I set aside 6 hours to put together this rally, it would take me the full 6 hours. But if I say, okay, I'm just going to block out 2 hours of my day, I can probably accomplish it in a couple hours. And if you really don't want to do this thing, you're struggling, maybe just a change of scenery, just take your laptop to another room, put on some music, whatever you need to do to switch it up to make it more palatable. And along with that is protected time. This is setting aside the time in your calendar to accomplish whatever it is you need to do, whether it's getting through your inbox or a big task that you need to do. It's usually best to do it first thing in the morning, just because your day tends to get away from you. But any time that you're going to be most, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Most likely to accomplish it and most effective, that's the time you should do it. And during this time, you should place your phone face down or put it in do not disturb mode. That way it's, you know, if you're waiting for an important call, you can allow that call to come through. You can make exceptions. Task capturing. When a new task comes in or you think about something that needs to be done, write it down right away or log it somewhere wherever you keep track of your tasks, so that you don't have to waste your time and energy thinking about it. Microsoft Planner, and I'm going to plug Vantage Point. We recently merged the Activities Hub, and it's really useful because you can link to files and websites that are relevant to that task so that you don't lose your thoughts. And then delegation. So figure out how much your time is worth to you. And so say it's like $25 an hour. And if you really, really hate doing yard work, but you can get somebody to do it for cheaper, do that. Or utilize, grocery shopping services, house cleaning, whatever it is. And my final thought from Brad Aon, he's like a time management expert. He says, when it comes to time, we can either make excuses or sacrifices, but only one of them will allow you to live a meaningful life. And with that, I'm going to turn the time to Gus. You still need a minute.